No more bets. 6 black. Place your bets, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Red, everything on red.
Any on white.
No more bets. 6 black. Place your bets, please, ladies and gentlemen. No more bets. 15 red.
Good evening. You're the manager, aren't you?
Anything I can do for you?
Well, I've been having rather a run of bad luck.
Yes?
I was wondering if you'd give me a fair chance to get even.
It's against the law to allow anyone to gamble on credit. I could lose my license.
I didn't mean anything like that. I wondered if you'd just catch a check for me.
I don't think I know you, do I?
Well, I've just lost over 100 quid, if that's any introduction.
Got your membership card?
No, I was brought in by a member. I'm a guest.
That makes you a total stranger, then.
Yes, stupid of me. I don't even seem to have my driving license with me. But I can assure you, old chap, my checks are perfectly good.
They always are at this time of night. It's only when the banks open they turn bad.
Well, there's just a chance you might know my name. You may have seen it in the papers.
What is it?
Brand. Anthony Brand, QC.
It was disclosed today that Anthony Brand, QC, was nominated the new international president of the Human Rights Organization. Mr. Brand served with distinction. Where did they get this from?
You think I gave it to them, old boy?
Did you?
Well, I can't see that it does any harm.
It isn't true. It hasn't been announced yet.
The story doesn't say announced. It says disclosed. Anyway, it's common knowledge. You are going to be the new president, aren't you?
I told you there were to be no press releases until the retiring president, Chandra Bhutan, arrives tomorrow.
Well, that's hardly a press release.
Then what is it?
Well, shall we say it's a leak. A fellow I know in Fleet Street. I was having a drink with him, and I suppose I did mention it to him.
Don't you like this job, Miller?
You mean my work isn't satisfactory, old boy?
You botched that hospital claim story and the statement on the Spanish trade unions.
It takes anyone a little time to get the hang of things.
What are you up to? You trying to wreck this organization, or is it just me you're after?
You? Why don't you say that? I owe you everything, don't I?
You have a curious way of showing your gratitude.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. You didn't finish reading the story. Mr. Brand served with distinction in the 3rd Infantry Brigade and was decorated for valor for his work against the Greek rebel forces during the last war. Now, you must admit that's putting it rather nicely. You know, this chap didn't know you'd been to Greece until I mentioned it. He's very interested in you now. He wants to do a full story on you for the Sunday papers. With my help, of course.
All right, Miller, you may go.
You mean I'm fired, old chap?
I didn't say that. Just get out of here now.
Hello, Mrs. Brand. Nice to see you again.
I didn't know you were still here.
Oh, yes. I'm a permanent fixture, aren't I, Brand?
I'll talk to you later, Miller.
All right.
Why do you keep that horrid man?
Oh, I don't know. He's useful in his way.
You sound as if you were ready to kill him when I walked in. Why don't you fire him?
It's not as easy as that. When you've taken on someone, you must give them a fair trial.
Fair trial? He's done nothing but lance up one thing after another.
You didn't come here to talk about Miller, did you? You've been shopping?
I came to congratulate you.
What?
It's definite. You're the new international president.
Yes, well...
It's an evening paper.
Yes, it's not official yet. That's what you might call an unintentional leak.
7 black. Black again. I was trying so hard to get red.
You haven't got the right touch, sir.
The touch or the equipment, Sergeant. It'll be your job to find out which.
My job.
Unless, of course, you have other plans for this evening.
What's this job you've got from us?
In these last few months, a crop of small, squalid gambling clubs has sprung up like a bunch of nettles. Some of them catering exclusively to roulette players. Do you know anything about roulette, Sergeant?
Well, outside of Faro, sir, it probably gives the player the best odds.
Exactly.
And do you think they're using crooked wheels?
A group of archaeologists recently unearthed a pair of dice which they believed to be 2,000 years old. One of them, sir, was loaded.
You can always count on human nature, sir.
Regrettably, one can.
I suppose it could be done.
Well, I think you'd better start at the top of the list, the Alabama Club. But tread softly, we have no proof. We're merely acting on suspicion. But the Commissioner seems to think that it would be more effective if you appeared to participate. £50, Swift. Play with it cautiously. Remember that it's government money and that you'll be expected to return whatever is left.
And what happens if I win, sir?
The taxpayer will be very grateful for any profit you may earn for him.
Will you be home to dinner?
No, I promised to go out with Charles. He's found some new restaurant that specializes in bouillabaisse. Why don't you join us?
I don't think I will.
You're avoiding Charles these days.
No, of course not. Why?
You've been decidedly odd about him ever since that weekend of the Oxford conference. Don't tell me that Inspector Rose has something on you.
Yes, now that you mention it. He's found out that I'm married to a man with a past.
Then I advise you to go straight to the police.
You know, darling, it's not hard to guess who leaked out that story to the papers. I can't help feeling that he did it on purpose to hurt you.
Why should it hurt me?
Well, the retiring president isn't going to like it much.
I can cope with Chandrabutta, and I've been coping with him for years.
You don't seem to be able to cope with Miller. This is the third mess he's got you into in the last 2 weeks. Why don't you get rid of him?
Perhaps I will, in my own good time.
Don't you think you're carrying loyalty to the regiment a little far? You told me that's why you gave him the job, because you were in the army together in Greece.
What happens in this office, darling, is my business. I'll handle it my way.
Oh, won't be too late, will you?
No. Miss Riley?
Yes, Mr. Brand.
Ask Mr. Miller, come in, will you?
Mr. Miller's left, sir.
Left?
He said you told him he could go.
All right, thank you, Miss Riley.
Hello. No, I'm afraid Mr. Brand isn't in. This is Mrs. Brand speaking. Who is it?
Mr. Brand came into the Alabama Club last night and cashed a cheque for £50. It's made out to the Northern Commercial Bank. Now, I'm not saying your husband didn't make some mistake, Mrs. Brand, some quite honest mistake, but the bank says he hasn't even got an account there.
I'm afraid there must be a mistake. Are you sure it was my husband? Well, I'll tell him you phoned.
No, I'm afraid that won't do. He'd better come in tonight. Otherwise, I might have to take steps.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Oh, hello. Is Inspector Rose there? Oh, well, do you know where I can find him? Well, could you put me through to his office, perhaps? Yes, thank you.
Chief Inspector Rose's office, Sergeant Smith speaking. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Oh, Charles.
Ah, Anthony, what an expected pleasure.
I hope the food has better taste than the decoration.
Well, I'm told the Ludemere is first rate. By the way, I see we have to congratulate you, International President of Human Rights.
I'm afraid there's a little previous that hasn't been announced yet.
I saw it in the evening paper.
Yes, I know it was.
Your protege, Mr. Miller, goofed again.
How's your protege, Sergeant Swift?
Very mysterious.
Swift? I should have thought he was as obvious as a bus stop.
In a way, perhaps. But the heart has reasons that even police inspectors wot not of.
Swift in love.
Oh, my dear fellow, I'm far too tactful to inquire into matters of that kind. Would you like a drink? What is going?
Yeah, drink.
Place your bets, please, ladies and gentlemen. No more bets. 6, red. 6. Place your bets, please, ladies and gentlemen. No more bets.
Good evening.
I know you were a gambler.
I didn't know you came to a place like this. I've been trying to call you.
Why?
I wanted to talk to you.
Can't imagine what we've got to say to each other.
Look, I'm sorry I ran out.
No, it was rather a relief.
Did you get back all right?
Obviously.
I'm sorry.
Why don't you go away?
Look, I can understand you being angry.
Oh, please, don't crawl. Just go away.
Mrs. Brand, nice of you to get here so quickly.
May I see the check?
Of course.
It's not my husband's signature.
It's easy to say that.
Bets, please, ladies and
Did
gentlemen.
this Mr. Brand have anything to prove who he was?
He read his address to the back of the cheque.
What did he look like?
No more bets.
About 40, well-built, bald.
My husband doesn't look anything like that.
Why didn't he come here himself
I
tonight?
told you he was out when you phoned.
I've only got your word for that, haven't I?
I've got a photograph of my husband here.
Place your bets, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Really, Mrs. Brand.
There's a man over there who can
more
identify
bets.
him from this picture, if you like. The one at the table.
Who is he?
13.
He's a police sergeant, as a matter of fact. Well, why don't you go ahead and ask him?
No, that's all right. I'm sorry about this, but you must see it from my point of view. Some Welsher comes into the club and cashes a cheque for 50 quid and says he's Anthony Brand. We all make mistakes.
I think I can tell you who your Welsher is. His name's Miller. I don't know his address. He lives somewhere in Earl's Court.
Miller, thank you. I'll remember that. Good night, Mrs. Brand. Nice of you to come along.
Place your bets, please, ladies and gentlemen. Place your bets, please, ladies and gentlemen. No more bets. 16 black. Place your bets, please, ladies and gentlemen. No more bets. 8 black. Place your bets, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Have a nice evening.
Oh, the usual. You?
All right. How was the bouillabaisse?
I had tried.
Drink? Tony, someone phoned here tonight.
Just a minute. I want you to tell me something. How far did it go between you and Swift?
What did Charles say?
Well, Charles didn't say anything, but I know that something happened between you and Swift last weekend.
You broke your promise about taking me to Paris.
Yes.
Oh, nothing happened at all, really. I was furious with you. He and I were going to go away together, some wretched little hotel. We both realized we'd made a mistake, that's all.
Have you seen him since?
No, not in that way. But, darling, I did run into him tonight at a little gambling place called the Alabama Club.
What were you doing there?
Well, that's what I was going to tell you about. The manager phoned up here earlier and said that he'd been given a bad cheque with your name on it.
Mine?
Yes. It was getting rather nasty, so I went down to see him about it. I think Miller gave it to him.
What did you do?
Well, I told him it wasn't yours.
What's he going to do about the cheque now?
Well, it was Miller, wasn't it?
Did you tell him it was Miller?
Yes.
What's Swift got to do with all this?
Oh, nothing. He just happened to be there.
Where is this place?
Why? What you going to do? You're going to buy that cheque back, aren't you? Why? Why should you? Tony, I answered your questions about Swift. Miller's blackmailing you, isn't he?
No.
Was it something that happened in the war?
He isn't blackmailing me, not in the way that you mean anyway. All right, yes, something did happen in the war. He was in my platoon in Greece, and he got badly wounded. It was my fault in a way. You see, I sent him forward without proper cover, and got a bad head wound. He has never really been right since. I feel responsible in a way.
After 20 years?
What's that got to do with it? A man suffering from a mistaken judgment that I made.
Oh, Tony.
It's all right.
Tony!
What?
I don't know, it just isn't like you, that's all. It's one thing I've always admired about you. You always have if you make a mistake, you have a healthy way of writing it off.
Look, I can't write Miller off. I've got to give him this one last chance, at least. However long.
Oh, hello. Is that Miss Riley? This is Alice Brand speaking. I'm so sorry to disturb you so late, Miss Riley, but I wondered if you have Mr. Miller's address. His home address. Yes, that's right. Our Mr. Miller. Thank you.
What is it? Mrs. Mackenzie? Oh. Yes? Oh,
I'm sorry to disturb you so early, Mr. Miller.
Oh, come in, come in. I'm afraid the place is in rather a mess. I was just making breakfast.
I came to talk to you about Tony.
Would you like some tea? I'll get you a pink
Please
cup.
don't bother.
Nothing wrong with Tony.
No, it's quite well, thank you.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Now he's going to be president of the...
let's stop pretending. Look, I know you hate Tony.
Yes, it was an extraordinary thing to say. I owe him everything.
He's given you a job and quite a lot of money. I realize that. I'd like to know why.
Well, he's got a very generous nature.
No, he hasn't. You're blackmailing him, aren't you?
Blackmailing him? Of course not. Oh, whatever gave you that idea?
Amongst other things, you forged Tony's name to a cheque at a gambling club the night before last.
Oh, they called him, eh? I was afraid they would.
Oh, you needn't be afraid, Mr. Miller. Tony went straight down and bought the cheque back.
That's very decent of him.
You knew he would. You were counting on it.
Yes, I was rather.
Why? What sort of hold have you got over Tony?
Did you tell him you were coming here today?
No.
There isn't much trust left between people, is there?
I'm trying to help him.
Yes, of course you are. What's more, you're curious. He won't tell you himself, so you're rather hoping that I might.
What happened between you and Tony during the war?
Well, I'm not quite sure. Oh, something did happen to me. I was captured by the Greek rebel forces in '44. We'd been executing some of their chaps, just standing them up against the wall in the heat of the moment, and... well, you know what I mean. And the rebels were after the man that did it. There was a British captain in the same prison as myself, and he told them that I was the villain of the piece. Oh, I can't say I blame him, really. They'd probably have tortured him to death if he hadn't denounced someone. It was his skin or mine. Anyway, they believed him and let him go. And I was sentenced to death. The British Armoured Corps liberated me just in time.
I don't believe you. I don't believe it was Tony, that English captain.
Well, I only saw the chap once in the prison yard, and then only for a moment. I couldn't possibly have identified him after all these years.
Why are you hounding Tony?
I am not hounding him! I told you, Mrs. Brand, I do not know who that British captain was. I never pretended that I did. But I didn't ask your husband to square that cheque at the Alabama Club. Now, did I?
Is Miller in yet? Chandra! Sue, how good to see you. How are you? Eh? Did you have a good flight?
I suppose so. What is a good flight? One has no sense of flying anymore. You enter a box in New York, they shut you in, they rattle you about for 7 or 8 hours, and then they let you out with an earache and tell you you're in London.
How are things in America?
You know as much as I do. The only Americans with any sense of protest today are the Negroes. You could stand the rest of them up against a wall and shoot them, and so long as their insurance was paid up, they'd thank you for it.
You're exaggerating as usual.
Not all that much. It's the same everywhere. No anger except about the past. No thirst for justice, no righteous causes. Our human rights organization may as well close up shop.
We've been busy enough here.
Yes, I see from your papers that I ought to congratulate you.
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
Who's responsible?
I take the full blame myself.
You're not an idiot, Brand, and neither am I. You didn't give that story to the papers. Who did?
Well, I'm not quite sure
Of
how
course
they...
you're sure. You're a petty tyrant, like me. Someone committed a stupid mistake, and I know perfectly well you've made it your business to find out who it was. You. When I got into that airport this morning, I was surrounded by a flock of cackling reporters.
Don't let me know which flight you were coming on. I've been there myself to
I
make
find
sure.
I've nominated you as the new international president, and I'm the only one who doesn't know it. I'm a very vain man. I don't like being made to look a fool. I want that man fired.
Who?
Miller. Isn't that his name, that new press agent you hired?
I don't think Miller's...
I do. He's the lunatic who put out that Spanish story, isn't he? You should have fired him then. I'll draft an official press release about your promotion, and you can put it out then with my signature on it. In the meantime, don't forget. Fire that man, Miller. Fire him today.
Morning, Sergeant.
Morning, sir.
What luck?
I don't think luck had much to do with it, sir, but I won £30.
Excellent. You'll be going back there.
Tonight, sir?
Yes.
Well, I'm not positive, but I think they've spotted me. I was losing at first, not every time, but steadily, and then something happened and my luck changed.
What happened?
Well, someone I know came into the club.
Yes.
Someone who might have let it slip about me being on the force. Anyway, after that, I started to win.
And the possibility of attempting to bribe a police officer pushing £30 his way.
That's what it looked like.
Well, you better take another man with you tonight, Swift. Force the issue, and when you're sure of your suspicions, show your hand.
Yes, sir.
I had dinner with Mr. Brand last night. He sent his regards.
Shall I take Robinson, sir? He's a very good man for a job like this.
Very well. For the taxpayer.
Miss Riley,
Yes, Mr. Brand?
has Mr. Miller come in yet?
No, sir. I tried his home number again. There's still no answer. Mrs. Brand would like to see you.
All right, thank you, Miss Riley.
Looking for Mr. Miller?
Darling? Yes, he hasn't turned up at all today. I expect he's afraid to after that cheque business.
He knows you squared that, Tony. He knew you would.
There'd been rotten publicity for human rights if I hadn't, if one of our employees had been sent to prison.
Is that why you did it?
What possible other reason could there be?
You know, I think that's the only thing I really mind about all this. The way you've lied to me. You do it so easily now. I went and saw Miller this morning. He told me everything about Greece, the English captain, everything.
I suppose you believed him.
There's only one person who knows whether it's true or not, you.
I was never even in the same prison as Miller in Greece.
Then why are you bribing him to keep quiet?
Not bribing him, I'm just trying to help you.
Tony, stop lying to me.
You understand? If Miller starts to spread this story about me, then well, after all this time I couldn't possibly prove that it wasn't true. And even if I could, there are plenty of people who are just dying to have a crack at me, to discredit human rights. Some of them would stick, they'd see to that.
Tony, you've got to face it out sooner or later. You can't go on being blackmailed by him for the rest of your life.
Do you believe me?
I don't... Tony, I don't really care. What does it matter to me what you did 20 years ago?
I care.
It's what you do now. It's the present that matters.
You haven't answered me.
All right. If that's what you want, I do believe you.
Do you know where Miller is now?
I left him in his room.
He's probably out drinking somewhere.
Promise me you'll have it out with him. Get rid of him, Tony.
Got to find him first.
You got your money, didn't you?
I just don't want you playing here anymore.
Oh, it was only a joke, old chap. I knew that Brand would come down and square that cheque for you.
Lucky for you, you've got good friends.
Well, we were in the army together. Never let a fellow officer down. That's what they teach you in the army. No hard feelings, then?
Why should you care about my feelings, Mr. Miller? I don't care about yours. I just don't want you gambling here anymore, that's all.
No more bets. 8 black. Place your bets, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Miller?
Hello, fella. I didn't know you were a gambler.
I've been looking for you.
Yes, I thought perhaps you might. Look, I'm sorry about that cheque, but look, you can deduct it from my salary every week.
I want to talk to you.
All right.
Place your bets, please, ladies and gentlemen. No more bets. 33 black.
I've got my car outside. Look, I'll drive you home. We can talk better then.
I've got nothing to drink at home,
I
old
think you've
chap.
had enough to drink, homeboy.
Oh, no, just one for the road, eh?
No more bets.
Mr. Brand, nice to see you again.
Good evening.
That friend of yours, Miller, I'd be grateful if you'd keep him out of the club, sir.
You keep him out yourself. I'm not his keeper.
I didn't mean anything like that. I just meant that as your old friends, old army comrades.
Look, let's get this straight. Miller works in my office. I put things straight for him once, but I won't do it again.
I've told him he can't play here anymore.
Good.
6 black.
There's no getting rid of you, old chap, is there?
Oh, don't be childish, Miller. What are you doing here, anyway?
Oh, I just don't want to go home yet. I like looking at pictures.
This time of night? Come on, I'll drive you.
Yeah. It's depressing living in a furnished room. You don't very often find galleries open this late.
Come on.
You know, I can't say this stuff is really my cup of tea, but never mind.
Miller, come on. Now, just a minute, Brand. You're not a captain now. You're not giving me orders now, you know. Push your luck too far.
You're my luck? I never had any luck. You're the one who's had all the luck.
I'm finished with you, man.
You mean I'm fired, old chap?
If you have any salary owing, it'll be sent on to you.
Oh. You can't get rid of me as easily as all that, old chap. It'd be like cutting yourself in half. I'm too much a part of you, old boy. Now listen to me. Now that we're alone, it's time to talk. There's no offices, there's no telephones. I don't really exist except in your own mind. Now listen to me. Listen to me. I'm the guilt that's been gnawing away at you all these years. All these years you've been climbing up to the top and hating yourself because of me. Because you once tried to get me killed to save your own skin.
You can't prove that.
You don't have to prove anything, old boy.
Listen to paper in England that would print your story.
Of course not, they wouldn't dare. And the libel laws in this country are pretty strong.
I'm glad you realize it.
Why should I worry with the newspaper?
The others didn't believe your story either.
I'm sure she didn't. Chances are no one will ever believe me, but you know what rumors are?
I've lived down unpleasant rumors before
Of course
this.
you have. You lived down this one too, except for one thing. The one thing that's going to destroy you in the end. The sense of your own guilt because you know the story's true.
Why do you want to destroy me, Miller?
Well, you did try to get me shot once, didn't you, old chap? Oh, I don't know. Lots of reasons. Envy, jealousy, a sense of my own failure. It's about the only thing I've got left to live for now. Dragging you down with me.
I could still help you if you would just try to help yourself.
I can't. It's too late. I've tried, but it's too late. I've lost my faith in myself. I lost my trust in other people in a prison in Greece. I'm sorry, old boy. We'll just have to go down together. You know, I really ought to hate you. Look what you're doing to me. You're corrupting me, too. A month ago, until I met you, I'd never have dreamt of signing anyone else's name to a cheque. Now I've started, I won't be able to finish, will I? Well, never mind. You'll always get me out of trouble, won't you, old boy?
Don't count on it.
Listen, Brand. It won't do you any good to fire me. I'll still be there. There in your mind. It'll be even worse when you don't know where I am or what I'm up to. Then every time you go to your club, every time you stand up in court, every time you meet a fresh face, you'll be saying to yourself, has this chap ever run into old Miller? Does he know about that business in Greece? Good night, old chap. I'll see you in the morning. I'll be at the office bright and early. That's a promise, old chap.
Your bets, please, ladies and gentlemen. No more bets. 11 black. Place your bets, please, ladies and gentlemen.
220 quid on red.
Just a moment, sir. Excuse me a moment, sir. Yes, this gentleman wants to bet £220.
On red. 300's the limit on a colour, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. All right, we'll take the bet.
No more bets. 22 black.
Constable. Very neat. You play the red and the black comes up.
You better fix it. Thank you, goodbye. You were late last night.
Who is that on the telephone?
It's the garage. He entered your front wing.
What? Oh, some idiot must have backed into the car while it was parked.
Did you find Miller, Tony?
Is the garage going to fix it?
Yes, they promised it by Tuesday. Did you find Miller, Tony?
Yes, I found it.
Darling, do put that paper down and tell me what happened.
Oh, nothing happened. I fired him.
Oh, darling, I'm so glad. You're not worried about it, are you?
No, of course not.
Well, there's nothing he can do, is there?
No, nothing.
I was thinking about it last night. No paper would touch that story, especially now that you've fired him. I mean, they just think it was Miller out of spite getting back at
It's all right, all right. Don't go on about it.
Tony.
It's all right. It's finished. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I'm sorry.
Well, I better go. I've got a very busy day. Chandra's coming in at noon.
Right. Aren't you going to leave me the paper?
Do you mind if I take it? I could read it in the taxi.
Can't you get a paper on the corner?
Yes, I suppose so. Goodbye, then.
Try not to be too late, will you, darling?
See if you can call in.
Mm-hmm. I will.
Congratulations, Sergeant. A very neat coup. You're not listening, Sergeant. I said congratulations.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I don't think it'll be necessary to check the other clubs on our list. They'll all take fright and scatter like a flock of vultures at gunfire. What are you finding so absorbing, Sergeant? Oh, that hit-and-run case. Surely a fairly routine matter.
It happened in Beaufort Street, sir. That's near the Alabama Club.
About the time that you were there, you didn't see anything, did you?
No.
Victim male, about 40 years old, dark suit, light raincoat.
It says there was a witness. Somebody saw a car drive off.
Apparently he's coming in this afternoon.
We're going to have lunch this.
Already, Sergeant. It's barely noon.
Well, I didn't have any breakfast this morning.
You know, it's time you had somebody to look after you properly. Time that you settle down.
Yes.
I'm in the middle of some work.
It's rather important. Look, I know how you feel about
I
me.
don't feel anything. We both made a mistake. There's nothing more to be said about it.
I know.
And what do you want?
I was in the Alabama Club last night. Your husband was there as well.
Yes, I know. He was looking for someone.
Did he drive there?
Yes? Why?
Somebody was knocked down and killed at about the time your husband left. Nobody saw anything, but a man was seen driving off in a white Jaguar saloon.
You've always hated Tony, haven't you?
But I've never really liked him.
There must be thousands of white Jaguars in London.
Yes, I know.
Well, then why do you think it was Tony?
I don't think anything. I'm not working on this case.
Well, then why did you come here?
Look, don't you understand? I hope it wasn't your husband.
I've only got the ordinary coincidence of 2 facts to go on, and I'm not going to report that. But I know how the police work, and they'll start by circularizing all garages looking for a damaged white Jaguar. I just wanted to tell you that.
You've already been to our garage, haven't you?
If there's anything wrong with your husband's car this morning, it would be sensible to go to the police now, rather than wait for them to come to him.
You are strange. So unpredictable. You might get into trouble for drinks, wouldn't you?
There was probably never anything between us, except a kind of curiosity. But I haven't been interested in that many women to pretend that I don't really care what happens to you. I've always thought you had a funny marriage. But I know how you are about it, really.
Thank you.
I don't understand you. You've worked for years without salary, giving your time and your abilities to helping people, fighting their cases for them. I haven't always agreed with your methods, but you've done a good job.
Thank you.
You're trying to insult me, that's what it is. You're trying to say my whole life has been a waste of time. Perhaps it has, but you've got no right to say so publicly like this.
I'm not saying anything of the kind, Chandra.
Then why are you doing this? Alice, come in. Delighted to see you.
Hello, Chandra.
You're looking as beautiful as ever, and you're just in time. You've got to stop this husband of yours throwing away his whole career and making an idiot of me into the bargain.
How?
He's just informed me. He declines to be President of Human Rights. He refuses.
Have you decided that?
Yes. I'm resigning from the organization altogether.
You're not to make any announcement of that. I forbid it. You might as well stand up in public and say that Chandra Bhutan is nobody. President of Human Rights is nothing. You throw it away. You can't. No. All right, that's not true. That isn't why I want you to take this job. I think you're the best man for it, that's all. I'll leave him to you, Alice. Talk some sense into it. Then call me at my hotel.
You don't seem very surprised.
Is it because of what happened last night? Sergeant Swift came to see me just now. It was rather sweet of him. He came to warn me that the police would be looking for a damaged white Jaguar. Oh, tell me, why didn't you tell me?
It was very dark. I had things on my mind. I didn't realize I'd hurt anyone.
You realized it this morning. That's why you didn't want me to see the paper.
So I wanted time to think.
Tony, do you know who the man was? The man you killed?
No, I don't. His name wasn't in the paper.
Sergeant Swift says that if you were the driver of the car, you ought to go to the police before they find you.
Yes, I've called Charles Rose. I have an appointment with him.
If it was serious, if it was an accident...
Do you mean if?
Oh, I mean, darling, if it isn't such a serious offense, then why turn that job down? It's something you've always wanted so much.
It's too much. That's why I refused it. I spent a lot of time thinking about it last night and about myself. I'm afraid I'm a fake, Alice. I never really wanted to help other people. I just wanted to be important.
It's probably true of a lot of people devote themselves to righteous causes. What about Chandra Bhutan?
No. Chandra wants to be important so that he can be useful. For all his vanity and bluster, if it came to the pinch, he would sacrifice himself. I wouldn't. I'd sacrifice anything in the world to save Anthony Brand. I realized that once, some years ago. I realized it again last night. That's why I think that I'm the wrong man to head an organization of this nature.
Tony, I don't believe that. You only believe that now because you're upset. I love you. I wouldn't love you if you weren't upset. I know you try to be cold and logical about everything, but I know that you get hurt inside. That's what makes you human.
Thank you. Right. Better go and see Charles, I think.
Shall I come with you?
No, I don't think better.
Will you resign?
I'll tell you after I've seen Charles.
I'll wait here for you then.
Sorry. Alice, come with me. Charles?
Ah,
May I come in?
Mrs. Brand.
Hello, Charles.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Very formal. Well, I didn't imagine that you'd make an appointment to see me at this particular time of day on anything except official business.
Yes, well, it's not exactly official. I came to consult you, Charles.
Seek approval for a course of action already decided on. That was Ambrose Bierce's definition of the verb to consult. Go on.
I was involved in an accident in Beaufort Street last night.
Yes.
You know about it?
The case was reported to me.
Well, I behaved extremely stupidly in not stopping. There's no excuse for it, really. I'm not going to pretend that I wasn't aware of hitting anything, but I didn't realize until I saw the paper this morning that I had actually hurt someone.
I see. Now, first, I want to ask you a question, and I want you to think very carefully before you answer it. Did you know who the man was that you killed last night?
No, of course not.
You didn't recognize him?
I only saw him as a sudden blur.
Now, Anthony, we've been friends for a great many years. I'm older than you. And before you go on, I want to warn you that however distasteful this may be for both of us, I cannot act purely as a friend in this matter.
Yes, I realize that. In an odd way, that's why I chose to come and see you rather than anyone else. I realize that I have killed a man, but it was an accident.
Was it?
Yes.
Alice, I'm sorry, but I do think this would be easier for both of us if you weren't here.
No.
Very well. Now, you were in the Alabama Club last night with a man called Harold Miller.
Yes.
When Miller left, you went after him. Now, I'm not certain whether he'd been blackmailing you or not, but there was something, and you were determined to have it out with him. You followed him into an art gallery a little lower down the street. You went in and spent several minutes there talking to him. Then Miller left, and you went after him again. But this time you went after him in your car. I believe that you intended to kill him. I believe that you deliberately chased him in that car, and when you turned the corner and saw a man step off the pavement, you deliberately ran him down.
You got a witness for this, Charles?
I'm afraid I have. Would you ask Sergeant Swift to come in, please? Anthony, I had hoped that you would help me and perhaps yourself by being honest with me. You've been in your profession long enough to know that no one is above the law. What a tragedy it is. A man of your ability, of your intelligence. What a waste.
Hello, Brand. I did warn you, didn't I? I told you you'd never be able to get rid of me. I'm too much a part of you, old boy.
All right, Sergeant. Alice?